ಫೋನ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸಖತ್ತು. ಚೇರ್ ತಗೊಂಬ ಅಂತ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂತಿಕ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಫ್ ಆದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಚೇರ್ನ. ಹೈಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ
episode 6, organized by ME-RIISE Foundation of Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan. I request Dr. Geeta Kiran ma'am, CEO ME-RIISE Foundation, to escort the dignitaries on the dais.
Wait.
Thank you, ma'am. This platform is a bridge that connects the wisdom of our alumni with the aspiration of our present students. Today we are honored to host yet another insightful session that promises to enlighten, inspire and motivate. Let us begin this wonderful afternoon with an invocation. I now invite Raghavi and Anisha to lead us in the prayer. Thank you both for setting such a peaceful tone for this event. To formally welcome the gathering, I now invite Dr. Nandita Biyar, Dean Academic Affairs, Malnad
afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Malad College of Engineering and ME-RIISE Foundation, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this very special event, Bridging Generations Alumni Insights, the episode 6. At the outset, I take this opportunity to welcome our distinguished alumnus and the resource person for today's event, Mr. Vinay Prabhakar, the Chief Commercial Officer, Deloitte AP, and the Sales and Alliance Leader, Deloitte India. We are honored to have you here to share your valuable insights and experiences. I extend a warm welcome to the Chief Convener of this event, Mr. Krishnaswamy Subbarao, the Global Head of Product Management and Strategy at Infosys Pinnacle. A heartfelt welcome to Dr. Geeta Kiran, the CEO of ME-RIISE Foundation and the Dean Corporate Affairs to this event. Welcome, ma'am. I am delighted to welcome all our participants whose curiosity and eagerness to learn will make today's interaction truly enriching. Welcome you all. I would like to welcome all the organizing committee members who have thoughtfully curated this event for all of us. I once again welcome you all and look forward to an engaging and enriching session ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words of welcome. On behalf of everyone, I welcome you, ma'am. Next, to give us an overview of today's event, I now invite Dr. Geeta Kiran A, CEO, ME-RIISE Foundation and Dean Corporate Affairs, Malad College.
Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon. Yeah. About this event, it is Bridging Generations Alumni Insights. This thought for me was last 4 years back, where when I was the head of the department, Computer Science and Engineering, I had this idea to bridge our alumni with the students at the college. So how is it? The plan. I started every second Saturday then. Every second Saturday we had an online interaction with the computer science alumni and the students at the campus. It was going on. It stopped when I came out of computer science and engineering. So I thought that was a small word, computer science. Now, why don't I reach all the students? Why don't I connect industry with academia? When we are connecting industry with academia, why should we go to others when we have our own alumni with such a top positions, top-notch companies and top-notch positions they are in? So I called Krishnaswamy sir, we call him Kitty sir. I asked him, sir, why don't we do that? He readily agreed. Actually, I was traveling that day to visit some incubator at Tumkur. On the way, I called him. I told, sir, this is what I have framed. I gave some titles for the event. This is what I have planned. Every 4th Saturday, we'll have an online or offline. We'll plan somehow every month. Our alumni should connect with the students at the institute. That is what I wanted. He said, okay, I gave 3 to 4 titles for the event. He said, Idu beda madam, adu beda madam. And he framed it as Bridging Generations Alumni Insights. It is his brainchild. Yes, then every time, every month, I gave him a call. The 4th Monday. Sir, Saturday ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. He will say, yes, ready ಇದೆ madam, ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. So that is how it's happening and he is there for us. See the way they are trying to give back to the alma mater. Each one of us should have it. They will really help us out if we step ahead. They will really help us in fostering innovation culture at the institute, startups, anything. It's not always with job seeking or whatever you're seeking. You can be job creators. You can create wonders. What is that needed in this generation? The connects, the networking is very important. It plays a vital role. So he is here. You are really blessed. This is a curated group we have got among 4,000 students at the institute, where you can connect directly to Mr. Vinay Prabhakar. Is not a small person. Is a chief commercial officer at Deloitte. He might be looking simple, and we have one more personality, as I said, Krishna Swami sir. Everyone, they are at the top-notch companies and top-notch alumni. As I said, you can just browse and look into with whom you are talking to today, with whom you are interacting, right? This is what, so the journey has started 6 months back. We started with Giri Devanuri sir. Most of you have witnessed it. The second episode with Satyesh Bellu sir. And the third was with Banu Krishnamurthy. Then we have our own former principal as well as the of this college, Dr. K.S. Jayanta sir. Last episode was with Shivananda Koteshwar sir. So today we are really blessed that we have a live interaction going on in the campus with Mr. Vinay Prabhakar. He is not in Bangalore. He was traveling. I think, to Australia. He was there. He resides at Mumbai. Only for this event today he is here. So make best use of this opportunity. Fine. And one more thing I want to highlight. Today, do we have the winners of Smart India Hackathon here? Yes. Raise your hands. Yes. Just to brief to our chief guest and the resource person here, we had conducted an internal Smart India Hackathon. That is, we wanted to shortlist the students' team, their ideas, and they are going to pitch it in the Smart India Hackathon at the national level. So that had happened, and we have 4 teams who are the winners. I gave a thought like, why don't certificates from you? So please, thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for setting up the context for today's program. Now, it gives me an immense pride to share with you the journey and impact of our very own ME-RIISE Foundation, a Section 8 company dedicated to nurturing innovation, incubation, startups and entrepreneurship. ME-RIISE stands for Malnad Enclave for Research, Innovation, Incubation, Startups and Entrepreneurship. Born in 2018 as an initiative of Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan, ME-RIISE has gone beyond academics to create tangible social and economic impact in agriculture, education, health and technology. Today, it has grown into a vibrant hub of students, innovators and entrepreneurs shaping the regional entrepreneurship ecosystem. Our journey and milestones include, in 2018, ME-RIISE was initiated by Dr. Geeta Kiran A. to connect academics with innovation and social development. From 2018 to 2024, conducted 160 plus events and initiatives benefiting 8,000 plus students. We have supported 40 plus innovative prototypes and created 10 plus digital applications serving institutional and community needs. In September 2022, ME-RIISE was incorporated as a Section 8 company, ME-RIISE Foundation, promoted by MC. Our visions and mission include applying technology across diverse fields like education, health, environment, agriculture, arts, commerce, sports, and social welfare. Empower youth with technical and managerial skills to think creatively and act innovatively. Generating employment opportunities by nurturing startups and entrepreneurial ventures. For a spirit of perseverance, resilience, and innovation in students and aspiring entrepreneurs. The key initiatives of ME-RIISE Foundations are: first is UBA, which stands for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, 2018 onwards. YMC has adopted YMC, and which comes under ME-RIISE, has adopted 5 villages: Heragu, Gopanahalli, Dudda, Lingaranshalli and Anuguvalli to drive rural development and sustainable community building. Through UBA and Grama Vastavya, ME-RIISE has conducted over 250 plus household surveys to understand rural challenges, organized science expos for 80 plus rural students, set up virtual school during pandemic benefiting 1000 plus students, trained 100 plus rural students in computer literacy, conducted Grama Vastavya Village Day in 2024 engaging 70 plus students, parents and villagers in design thinking for real world issues. Next is NAME, which stands for New Age Innovation Network, was initiated under Government of Karnataka. In 2019, NAME 1.0 received rupees 10 lakhs for OPEX and rupees 12.32 lakhs for innovative student projects. In 2022, NAME 1.2 secured another 10 lakhs for OPEX. From 2023 to 2026, NAME 2.0 has been awarded 1.86 crores, which has been divided into 36 lakhs for OPEX and 1.5 crores for student projects. This stepwise funding demonstrates our consistent performance and credibility for fostering student innovation. Then is MSME Host Institute 2021 onwards. In 2021, our institute was recognized by the Ministry of MSME, where YMCE promotes incubation facilities conducts management development programs and runs entrepreneurship awareness and skill development initiatives. Then is RGEP, Rajiv Gandhi Entrepreneurship Program 2025. Recently, we have been recognized as Program Monitoring Partner with Department of IT-BT, where YMCE through SPOC Dr. Geeta Kiran A mentors 8 innovators with the funding support of 26.6 lakhs, strengthening the innovation pipeline. Then is TBI 2.0, which stands for Technology Business Incubator 2025, a feature on its cap selected by Government of Karnataka. ME-RIISE Foundation will manage rupees 10 crore support across 5 years to accelerate startups, incubation and regional entrepreneurship at YMCE. Women empowerment. Key initiatives in collaboration with AVK Women's College Hassan in 2023, empowering holistic education, included we reached 120 plus students in ideation and problem solving. Then is Aspire Bootcamp, which we conducted innovation and design thinking for 100 plus participants. Then design thinking, which included training in Figma and digital tools. Overall, 300 plus girls have been empowered to pursue innovation and entrepreneurship. The activities of ME-RIISE Foundation has led to significant recognitions of the institute like Ministry of Education, where consistently rated 4 stars, recognized as a mentor institute in 2023 and received sanction fund of rupees 2.25 lakhs. RER 2021 Performer Bank, NIRF Innovation Ranking 2022 ranked in 101 to 150 band. The startups incubated under ME-RIISE Foundation include Chatur Pravartan Private Limited, which has been the winner of Elevate 2024, received rupees 21 lakhs grant, and it works on IoT, healthcare and agriculture. Then is EdutexPeer, delivering technology-driven education solution. Next is FlightSky, specialized in drone technology for healthcare assistance. Then MSME collaboration. As MSME Host Institute 2021 onwards, ME-RIISE runs entrepreneurship awareness programs, which include schemes, fundings, digital strategies, and entrepreneurship skill development, which includes 6-week web design and DTP training. The management development programs, which included courses in digital marketing and Power BI. Our digital success includes some impactful applications developed. Those are COVID-19 quarantine monitoring app, leave management app for Hassan Police and MCE certification portal, online service tracking portal, Certify, which is a certification platform, and micro engineering certification portal. Our reach and opportunities include 170 plus innovation activities conducted, 8,000 plus students engaged, and rupees fund mobilized, opportunities created via workshops, hackathons, pre-incubations, internships, and startup incubation. To conclude, ME-RIISE Foundation is not just about fostering startups, it's about igniting the idea, nurturing talent, building self-resilient communities, and creating employment opportunities. With the support of MCE, government bodies, and our partners, we are committed to scaling innovation and contributing meaningfully to the economy and society. At ME-RIISE, we don't just create entrepreneurs, we create change makers. Kudos to the efforts of Dr. Geeta Kiran A, the initiator of ME-RIISE and director founder of ME-RIISE Foundation, for her patience, persistence, and perseverance. That's all about ME-RIISE Foundation. Thank you all. Now comes a moment of celebration. The winners of the internal SIH hackathon will be honored with the certificates. I request the dignitaries present on the stage to kindly do the honors. The winners of the SIH, fourth place goes to Digital Disha, Team Digital Disha. Please give a big round of applause for them.
Nice clap.
In the team, but all are registered.
We need diversity. There should be a I should What's happening?
The third place goes to Team Civil Stars. Team Civil Stars.
Because
The second place goes to team code crafters.
ಲೈಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ
Please come fast.
The first place, please come forward.
The first place goes to team waste weavers.
ಪವನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಟ್ ಪವನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
All girls can again.
Congratulations to all the winners. Your hard work and creativity has truly made us proud. So now I request our Chief Conveyor, Mr. Krishnaswamy Subbarao, Global Head of Product Management and Strategy at Infosys Pinnacle, to introduce Vinay Prabhakar sir and address the gallery.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. First of all, coming to college is always a very interesting thing. I don't know, I was trying to wait what it can relate to. ಈ ಮದುವೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೂ ಅದೇ ತರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಒಂಥರ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತವರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅದು ಆಡೋದು ಬೇರೆ ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ME-RIISE ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ see now what you're seeing is the result, correct, but I know the effort Geeta, Kiran, Mona and all put to ME-RIISE from last 6 years. I think there were 3 days which she almost cried, sir ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು next thing ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, how to get more funding. Literally sometimes we were thinking that should we raise funds from alumni. Then we said no, let us not forget our core, let us get the funding. ಹೇವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Now you see whatever happened in last 6 years, the output today, credit goes to Chocolate Factory. In fact, yesterday our hostel you can't believe, she came to Bangalore 12 months but she was and they will bring food also. I think one of the events, alinda palav madisಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು then we will discuss what should we do about ME-RIISE, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಏನು. They are so passionate. I think you are lucky to have such teachers with you who are so passionate. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ we are busy in our own work, correct? Somebody has to call us, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬನ್ನಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. In fact, today we launched a scheme called ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. So these are the things which you should utilize, because like I was telling in the morning, Vinay for 1 hour of him he charges in thousands of dollars for clients. So he is giving his entire day to today. Consider that something which talks a lot about the relationship which we have in the college. And this initiative also, I think is the 6th one. Geeta madam ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು 6th one. First day when we started ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, then we thought we will also various different people. First Gideon he had registered 2 companies in NASDAQ. So he took the first event. Then we had Satyesh, very accomplished guy. He was heading the sales of Tejas. Now he's an Indian writer. Vinay was the guy who was supposed to come there. Vinay gave the birthday on he marked the college. So then we had to ask Tom to do it. Otherwise, Vinay was supposed to do the third session. He said, "Ilan college." Last time same thing happened. He was in Australia. He said, "If I have to do ME-RIISE event, if I have to do address the students, I want to come to college and do it." In fact, Monday Bengaluru bandita. Na ille bandibitide andre illa kana meeting bandiri malkotirni. And again he came back. This trip he came only for the college. Nothing else. This complete trip. Thank you. Thank you for being here. See, I don't want to steal the thunder from Vinay because he's going to probably will also take his life journey. So just a think about Vinay from the perspective. See, Vinay college and Vidara, he was not only a very studious guy, studious is the wrong word, but he was very popular guy in the college. He was extremely popular guy. I think at time Vinay Prabhakar Gupta, Vinay Prabhakar Gupta. So he was very popular in the college, very vocal, and in fact he used to participate in every event in the college. And more than that, today we are discussing a lot of things in the college. Again, there is one learning which happens in the four walls of classroom, correct? Four walls of classroom only, we learn subjects. But there is a lot of things about life we learn outside the classroom. In fact, whole morning we are discussing about how we learned so many things in Hassan in that 4 to 5 years time when we were in the college. How to read people's mind. We know what people will react. In fact, there is something called game theory. Probably you can read about them. A lot of those game theory concepts we learned in the college. So what we had to do, again, since we learned so many things in college, now in our work, we just adopt those principles. So 4 years of college is amazing learning. That's where one advice is to always keep your eyes and ears open. Yalla nodta idi, yalla keliskarta idi, yalla try madi. And Vinay, to talk about Vinay, see there are companies called Big Five. How many of you know Big Five companies? Big Five companies. Yeah, Big Five.
KPMG,
Accenture,
JP Morgan,
Deloitte, PwC, McKinsey. So Vinay has worked in 3 of the Big Five firms. In fact, for Deloitte, he is the Chief Commercial Officer for Deloitte for Asia Pacific. He also did sales for Deloitte India. Very accomplished guy. Before that, he was in Accenture and he was in EA for 1.5 years. So imagine a guy who worked in Big Five, still so simple, and he's going to address all of you. And Vinay, again, see, everything is not what we can say, it's not always an outcome. So even college professional ups and downs is there. In fact, he was narrating incidents about how he was down in one of the deals and who has to come back and who has to make everything back. So a lot of things. In corporate, it's always, you can't think that it's like a ladder which you can climb easily. So there will always ups and downs. So when we talk more about what he has done, how he has accomplished, and what he has been doing there. He will also talk about what as students you should do. So that's very important. What you should do and what should be your focus area. And yeah, I'm very happy that he has come here. I don't have more words to talk about him. He will talk about that himself. And you can just, as Geeta Madam said that, rather than me talking, you just go and Google, search Vinay Prabhakar, go to LinkedIn. So you will know more about him. And that's the way today, is correct. So really thank you. First of all, thank you for coming here. I'm honored that you came here. So all of us, thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. I can read this. Does it?
Max, wait, one more. Wait.
Afternoon. Honored to be here. While we were driving back, Kitty asked me in introduction, yes, told Lelina. It's a phenomenal job. So, I'm telling you, I can't express the happiness it is, and it is also very weird and funny to be called a dignitary in a campus like this, where I was, 4 years, 32 years I was where you are, no there. It's a very humbling experience. So thank you for the invite and thank you for giving me this opportunity to address you all. I'm a 92 and a 93 alumni. So I'll tell you what it means later on when we talk. But Yeah, so I graduated in 93. Finished my mechanical engineering. How many are mechanical engineers? Hey, that's it? 3, okay. All right, not bad. And computer science? I also have the honor of you guys have Mr. There is a Vogue and a Wake type, Vogue and Mr. and Mrs. Vogue, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Does the Mr. Vogue and the fashion show still happen here? Okay, so I was the first Mr. Vogue. How about that? No laughing. You guys can't laugh.
Once I floated the matter that Mr. Vinay Prabhakar will be there in the campus in our NCE alumni group. One of them popped out like, Mr. Vogue will be there.
It was so weird that everyone started calling him Mr. Vague. so no laughing that I got Vogue, but yeah, so it was good fun. One of the best, I would say it was one of the best 4-5 years of my life in a campus, and loved every bit of it. And it's just an honor to be addressing you all. So quick update on the journey. On what I did after I graduated, and then later on, I'll also just remind me to tell you guys what the alumni of 92 and 93 meant. Okay, so if I forget to tell that in the talk. So 93 I graduated. 94 I started working for a furnace company. They should design annealing furnaces for steel plants. And that reminds me of the opportunity that you guys really have today. Right? And obviously 30 years ago we didn't have that much option. You would pretty much take the job that you got. Right? And I guess there is significant learnings that we had in the first job as well. You take whatever you can and then you learn on it, and then of course you grow. And then I moved over to IT, worked for a company called Ashok Leyland Infotech. 95, 96 I moved to the US, worked for companies like PwC and Deloitte in the US. Also did my MBA from University of Cincinnati in Operations Management. 2002 I was on a flight, flying from Kansas City to Cincinnati, and someone, there was an Indian guy sitting next to me, started talking networking and all of that, he asked me if I could move to India, and he kind of offered a job. So we moved to India. My kid was born, my daughter was 1 year old. We just decided on the random to move back to India with no reason. But I think it was a fantastic move. And then I joined Accenture, where I was there for 13 years, played a lot of leadership roles. Then now partner with Deloitte in 2017. I lead what we call as a commercial office for APAC and also sales for India. So that's been my journey. It's not been a smooth ride always. It has always gone through many ups and downs and so on and so forth. Lots of failures, learning, etc., which has kind of helped me. The reason I said I want to talk about that alumni was because I was supposed to have graduated in 92, but I graduated in 93 because I flunked a year. Detailing. Right? Who all do I connect with now? A proper backbencher who thought if I could make it big if I didn't study 4th to 5th semester. I ducked a pretty big shocking experience for me, right? Going back and staying in the house for a year, doing nothing. Imagine telling your neighbors, why are you here for a year when you're supposed to be studying? So when experiences and then came back with a bang. Obviously, it was a big lesson learned. And then later on, when I came back, I was among the top 3-4 students, and then got, I would say, as got highest heat transfer. I don't know whether you still have merit incentive program, but we used to have a merit incentive program. Yeah, I got 50 rupees. And you know where I spent it, right? There was a place called Casino close by. Casino bar. So basically, if I can do it, anyone can do it, right? That's the message. Yeah. So. And you know, I was asked to speak and address to you all to talk about some of the lessons learned, etc. Right? So everyone goes through your own individual journey. There is no rocket science. There's nothing I can kind of give you a what do you call a secret recipe to say that if you do this, you know, you will definitely make it big or be successful or what have you. Everyone goes through their journey and learning, but there are few experiences that we can relate to and kind of say that, you know, if I would have done this a lot better, maybe I could have done this better, so hence lessons learned, right? So like whatever, my daughter just graduated, she's 24 years old, and she's going to start work, and obviously she has to go through her own journey of her life and of her career. So not necessarily that I can give any kind of a secret recipe. But I really want it to be a lot more interactive, so please ask me questions on anything that is in your mind, which will, you know, that's bothering you, that you believe that will be helpful to you. Ask questions. I guess got to be a little open, and you know how you, any learnings that you would need from us, any questions that, you know, Kitty and I can address, that will be fantastic, right? That will be real good use of the interaction, because there's nothing I can kind of preach over here, right? Now, all I can tell you is that, first of all, the kids who sang, it was phenomenal. I think you really need to seriously think whether you want to be in engineering or singing, right? I mean, there are so many opportunities right now. I think you should really look at phenomenal, wonderful singing.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. Very melodious. So congratulations on that. So look, you guys, I think you're at you're graduating at a stage where there is a huge opportunity for all of us, right? And you know what Dr. Geeta just mentioned, saying, do not ask for employment, be employer yourself. And I think with the kind of initiatives that we are doing here, this should be called MCEE, you know, MCE, Malnar College of Engineering and Entrepreneurship. I'm not sure, I've not seen the passion that with which, you know, you have your faculty supporting you in kind of bringing that entrepreneurship, inculcating that entrepreneurship mindset into all of you. And I seriously believe that you should embrace it, right, wholeheartedly, because it's a fabulous platform you have. There's fundings. People are, you know, the faculty saying they're encouraging you to kind of experiment. It's okay if you fail, because, you know, there will be backing available. No one is judging you on that. The only thing that the people are going to look at you is how much risk are you willing to take, right? So I guess what I wanted to say was really well done on this. Amazing. And it's really amazing to see the kind of encouragement that you kids are getting. And I think you should really use that opportunity to kind of make sure that you make use of all of the resources available. Okay. Few pointers for all you students as you graduate. This is completely my, because I went through that journey. It's not enough for you alone to say that technically you are extremely strong. You might be the topper, you might be the best in whatever you're doing in your subjects, etc. But until and unless you really learn how to package that and present it to somebody else, right, it is of no use. So spend some time in trying to understand how can you story tell? How can you tell your story? See, anytime you go and you convince your parents to something, convince them to buy you something expensive, you kind of create some emotional story about yourself, right? avana try there, you try there, right? I'm really missing this. E laptop sikkadre, I will be able to do my studies extremely well. This is storytelling, with the hope that they will bite the bullet and swipe the card for you. Right? So similarly, anytime you come out and you think about it, just these are some skill sets that you can learn about storytelling. How can you go and present your story? How can you present your solution to an outside world? Right? These are things that you will once you start getting a hang of it, you will love it. So I guess it's extremely important that apart from being technically strong, you also need to know how do you position it and kind of, when I say sell, basically go and present your solution or present your whatever you have in your mind. When you go and seek a job, you storytell, you talk about yourself, you talk about how well you do it. Learn how to kind of tell that story, practice it. It's not something that comes naturally, right? For example, I always get resumes from students which are like very matter of factly. It's almost very easily identifiable that it is a cut and paste of some other resume. What is the unique story that you have about yourself? Try to bring that into your resume. I'm passionate about sports. I'm passionate about, apart from the academics. So not everyone looks at only academics, right? They also look at. So I'll give you an example. I had put. This is an actual real life incident. So I graduated in '93, and at our times, we used to go and apply to any job that you would get. I would literally, I was brought up in Mumbai, so I moved back to Mumbai. I would pick a resume and then go to every office. Whether it didn't matter who they were, I just went and dropped a resume. Kuch hai to batao types. So I got a interview call because of, I said, I had the highest in heat transfer. So there was a company in air conditioners who saw the resume and they got me. So here is what happened in the resume, right? The interview happens, I start interviewing me, and then he starts reading it. Oh, great. So you talked heat transfer, great. You did this much percent. I mean, your third, fourth were really bad, first, second year, but I think you really came up when your semester. And then there was a pause. And he saw the pause and he looked at me and he looked back at the resume. What was written there was, I won the best model in the fashion show in college. And he was like, shit, kitna ganda standard hoga college. Right? So, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you put in your profile, don't try to put in all the technology jargons. I know this, I know that. Try to create a storyline of how you position yourself so that you start really, know who you are before they interview you. Otherwise, everything looks the same otherwise. I would say that's my biggest learning. Second is, take what you get. Every opportunity that you get is an opportunity to learn and to grow. And this is not a motherhood statement. So this is not a GAN. This is an actual fact. There are times when you want to do, I want to be in AI. And I've seen at least 7 out of 10 kids call me and say, Uncle, I don't know what to do. I got into testing. I don't know, my life is all gone. My career is all gone. Why? Do you even know what testing is? For example, I'm just making an extreme example. That testing is, I'm just giving an extreme example. So irrespective of what you get, if you get an opportunity, take it. Don't compare it to what others have got, if they have got a better one, so on and so forth, because there is a tremendous amount of learning in whatever you do, in whatever position you come in, and whatever role that you get in an organization. A decent organization pays you well, you are getting a role, take it and see what you can learn. Tell you what stands out. What stands out in a group of students or group of young analysts who join are the folks who do that extra mile. There are analysts who come in, do their job and go. There are analysts who come in and do a little bit of extra. They go a little further down and go and do a little more research and come back with an answer which is a little more than what was expected. Just a little more, or whatever you do. That stands out. Right? That stands out extremely well. People notice it, saying that, oh, this kid is not just doing whatever is supposed to be done, right? This kid is actually really taking that extra effort to do that little more. And that little more is something that will take you a little more far away, or far further. That is the word. Yeah, so that's the third. And these are all what I have tried to, what I have learned, and just giving you from experience, right? As I said, each one of you go through your own journey. If you ask Kitty, he will have a different storyline of his own. Or if you ask, everyone goes through their own storyline of success, right? So that's my lesson number 3. Give a little more. Take a little bit of risk. I would say in your life, in the place where you guys are today, and the times that we are in, take a lot of risk. We can assume that you're all doing decently well. It's not going to be you're not going to lose too much if you fail in your venture the first 2-3 years. It is okay. It's okay to take that risk. The environment allows you to take that risk. So embrace it and take the risk. Taking risk always gives you that extra edge. It always gives you the potential to substantially grow. Right? Going away from what is normal and usual is a mantra that you should always adopt in your life, in my view. I keep doing this very well. At some point I have to shake that and change my course. Then I will do something, I'll learn something and do something more. And that's what I've adopted. For example, moving from US, everyone thought we were idiots. Kid is born, 1 year old, got my green card. We don't have to move at all. Well settled job. We just moved. It's crazy, but we loved it. Right? Not a single moment have we regretted having moved back. It helped me personally. To me individually. It helped me in my career substantially. The career stride that I could make, I would have gained at least a decade, possibly, after having moved to the US. After having moved back to India. So that's a risk. So what I'm saying is, today with Mr. Trump playing all his cards, his trump card, right, with all those nonsense that is happening, there is little control that you have in yourself. So what do you do? And our PM is basically talking about make in India, try to do everything in India. All of that means that it is trying to give you a lot of encouragement to be entrepreneurs, be job creators, right? So I think what we are trying to tell everything is, you have the right environment right now, embrace it and try to see if you can be like phenomenal entrepreneurs. And when you start that journey, you might fail, it is okay, but every one of us go through. Corporate life is not always cushy. You go through your failures. I have been through. I was talking to Kitty about how at one stage I was at the peak of my career, and I was literally at the bottom at some point, and I had to lift myself back again. I had already experienced that from 4th to 5th semester, so I was able to sustain it. It's okay. You fall, fail, doesn't matter. Wake up, learn, and then go on. Right? So there were a few of them. Why don't you? It's been a monologue. Everyone is like yawning and bored. So any questions, guys? Please, let's make this interactive. Make it more interesting. Ask questions. Eh?
Yeah, any interactive. Like Vinay said, ask any question. It can be anything. It can be with your career or what you want to do or something which you're struggling with. Anything.
We had an interaction earlier. One kid asked a very good question, saying, "How do you make yourself, like for example, when you write on LinkedIn or you send a request or you send a note, no one responds.
somebody notice you? That is,
Right? So that was the question. How do you, when you write a note, how do you ensure that somebody actually replies from the company, organization? I think that was a great question. If I look at the LinkedIn messages that I get, there are like substantial of messages that I get. Quite a few of them. The reason is because it's almost like a general, please see attached, and a resume is attached. Why should I open the resume? I don't even know you. Okay, you're a kid, you're a student, I really need to encourage all of that. But why should I open that resume? If you just send me please see attached and see if there's any opening. Why? I'm not a recruiter, no. I'm not, why should I go and look at the resume? So how do you, the question was, how do you make people notice and reply? And the answer, what I was, what Kitty and I were looking at and trying to give was that make some little extra effort to do research about that organization before you write a note to somebody or about that individual. Anyone who writes to me, for example, to me personally, and has done some kind of gone through the pains of going to the organization I was in, or looked at the LinkedIn profile, or kind of done a little bit of extra effort to kind of at least write saying that, look, I have seen your journey from Accenture to Deloitte and blah, blah, blah. You did this. This part of what you said in the LinkedIn really made me notice that, it resonated with me because of blah, 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 blah. Some kid has made an attempt to do some research, to do that extra more before sending out a request for a message, right? So that extra thing is what will help notice, right? So similarly, any other questions that you might have, you guys, kids might have? Come on, guys. Nothing at all?
They will ask. I think it requires some. Who is going to ask the first question? We'll get an internship. Yeah, I'm not joking. Who asks first questions? We'll get an internship further. Quick.
Any questions? Which
Yeah.
Ask.
How did you got the yes marks because
How?
because we passed just passed.
So the question was, how did you manage to get highest gate transfer? I have no idea. I guess when I rejoined, when I came back again, everyone scared me, saying that, boss, you rejoined again and you cleared all the backlog that you had. If there's anything that you should be afraid of in mechanical engineering is heat transfer. Right? If you study that and pass, you will go through. So I studied that subject almost every day, 1 hour or something like that. That's it. I have no clue why I got it. I can't even tell you a formula how I got that. Because if you ask me any questions immediately after that, I couldn't have possibly able to answer it. Yes.
There is one. You wanted to ask?
Yeah. In current situation, everything is going in fast pace and technologies are changing. So I'm having a dilemma. If I start studying something like somebody says software engineering is good, somebody is saying that data science is good. So we are totally confused like what to choose. We are not able to decide the aspects.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, no, very good question. As I said, look, take up the job that you're getting because there's a lot of learning that you have. And I can tell you and assure you this. If you start with something, let's assume that something that you don't want at all to do, right? And you're aspiring to be somewhere like a AI, ML or something very futuristic, that is what you want to aspire to do. but you start here. I can assure you that you're not going to lose over the next 3-4 years. You're not going to lose anything because you will get there. So my strong recommendation to all the kids here is take what you get. Do not question about why, how I should have got that, because you will get there wherever you need to go. Every role in an organization, and if you take up computer science and IT you're talking about, every role has much amount of importance. Otherwise it wouldn't have been there in the business. Please remember one thing, no company will invest in resources, in training students or kids or kids who join analysts, etc., unless they believe that there is enough business in it. So you can be assured whatever branch or whatever technology that you pick up is relevant, is selling, someone is paying for it, and hence it is relevant. So hence you are okay to do that. Don't be too caught up about I want to do AI ML and ನನ್ನ ಜಿಂದಗಿ ಫುಲ್ ಹಾಳಾಗೋಯ್ತು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Yes. My question is, before I was born, so you have more experience in IT field, you have been the managing director. So didn't you get any thought on opening a startup?
Me?
Yes, sir.
So the question is, you're giving all this gyan to say that be an entrepreneur, and the question was, boss, are you an entrepreneur? Great question. When we started off my career, I didn't have the guts to be an entrepreneur, right? Otherwise, I would have, if in today's world, if I were to graduate, I possibly would have taken that risk because there was support, there was all of that. While parental support was there to do whatever you want, whatever I wanted to do, frankly speaking, to start my career on a business of my own was not something that came naturally to me, or neither did I have the guts to do it. Then I went to IT, then I went to the US, and I came in Accenture, became managing director. At that time, the whole rush of that career was so good, right? I was getting what you call promotions. I was getting what I wanted. I was really having a good time in my life. In my life, as in as a being employed, or as a managing director, as a leader. The thought of jumping into entrepreneurship has always occurred to me. There are 3 or 4 startups that I was trying to venture into, try to get into it full time at the later part of my career after I was settled. So to answer your question, when I graduated, if the question is why did you do it, I seriously did not have the guts to do it. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, probably. I think I can add to that. I did 3 startups. So then I went back to corporate. What's very important is that, like the way Vinay put it, when we graduated, for us, the most important part was to get a job. It was not like, in India was never with us. So we wanted to get into a job and then see how we can progress in that job. And probably I started the startup probably pretty late in my career. Maybe I was early 40s. I should have started from probably 5 years before. Anyway, so I had 3 startups. Maybe I can take a session one day, what not to do in startups, because 2 was fairly successful, and 3rd one I lost everything what I did in first 2 startups. So I can take a separate session on that. But point is the timing. Now you guys have a choice. Honestly, you can ask questions about AA, ML, should I do that, should I not do that? For me, when I joined Infosys, how I got allocated to a project? There were 4 of us. We were like top 4 in our batch at that point of time. Then we had somebody called Manpower Allocation Coordinator. I still remember, he was called Mac. He was the most powerful guy in Infosys because he will allocate which guy goes to which project. 4 of us, he asked, I have 2 projects. 2 of you have to go to Visual Basic. The Visual Basic was the premium. And 2 of you has to go to AS400, the mainframes. Then all of us said we want to go to VB. Then he said, can 2 of you decide to go to mainframe? He said, no, all of us want to go to VB. Finally, he put cheat of all our 4 names, VB, AS400, and asked to pick up the cheat. So my career was decided based upon a cheat which I picked up. And no regrets, because we did very well compared to VB people.
like the way Vinay said, embrace what you get into. And you will learn a lot, and nothing is impossible. So you can always get into what you aspire to be at some point of time, going to the root of what you do.
So, look, if we are giving a feeling to you saying that don't do a job, obviously not. Where will I get our resources otherwise, right? But there is an opportunity to take that risk and be an entrepreneur. So, you could potentially do that if there is an opportunity that you have in hand, you have a great idea. There are resources available. Even the campus is encouraging you to do that. So that's basically what Dr. Geeta and team are doing, right? So I think it's an opportunity and you should grab it. But job obviously is a good thing as well. So nothing absolutely wrong in it. So don't get me wrong on that. That's not what we wanted to say. But good question. Thanks for putting me in a spot. Anything else? Come on, guys.
Medha, you have any question?
Yeah.
I want to know what was one risk that you took in the beginning, because taking risk takes time with thinking.
The first risk I took was when I moved. I was a mechanical engineer. IT was just booming. It was not like an established part, right? People were still in mechanical engineering. Some of them chose to be in mechanical engineering, while everyone were trying to get into IT because that was the next best thing to do. But it was not a very established one yet. It was, but not to that extent. So the first risk I took was move into IT. Now you might say everyone did that, so it's no big deal. But for a mechanical engineer to leave a mechanical engineering job, while it was not very highly paid, but whatever the job was there, just moving into IT was the first risk. The second risk was when I moved to the US. I went through a company called Mastech, and then later on I moved to PwC. Now PwC is a big four. The usual folks who they hire are folks who are either from the top institutes in the US. They would pick up students from, Carnegie Mellon, the top institutes, and MBAs from, Cornell and all these, the top colleges, Columbia University and all that. So while everyone took a status quo and remained in Mastech and said it is too risky to kind of jump to a big four, but it did not have that experience. Because here you are completely exposed. You are speaking with, you're competing with someone who has graduated from the top schools, and then you don't know how it's going to happen, whether you will really survive that whole rat race. Like, I took that risk, it really paid dividends. Put me into a completely different league when I took that risk. The third risk that I took again in my career was when I moved to India. There was zero reason for me to move to India. I was a manager in Deloitte in 2002 when we moved. In 2005, I became the managing director in Accenture. It took me 3 years. Ideally, that should have taken, keep me honest, that should have taken at least a decade if I were to take the normal route. Because after manager, you become a senior manager, you become a director.
And senior manager is probably an 8 to 10 year window in Accenture.
8 to 10 year window. And then you become director, then you become managing director. So that risk took me because I was there at the right time, I would say I was there at the right time, at the right place, had the right opportunity, good amount of, there's always an element of luck that is always needs to be there, right? Everything is not about, what a great guy am I, right? There is an element of luck that always accompanies you. Grab that opportunity, and that risk helped. Okay.
It's like engineers do anything but engineering.
Yeah, exactly. That's the risk, right? But did that answer your question? Anything? Yes.
So earlier, population of the engineering is very less. So there was confidence of getting job. But nowadays, lakhs of members are going to coming to engineering, and some people would say engineering is useless, everyone can do that. But what uniqueness should we be having that, so we would be selected in major steps and all?
Yeah, okay.
No, good question. One, as I said, you need to learn, actually spend some time in trying to package yourself, as in your resume, your ability to tell a story. How will you go and convince an individual who is in front of you, right? It will be worthwhile to kind of also do a little bit of research, or at least kind of do a course in, let's say, public speaking, so that you gain that confidence in you, so on and so forth. I understand that for a particular role there will be lacks of and there will be good application, but there is enough opportunities. India is booming. There's a lot of opportunities. So don't even worry about whether you get a job or not. You will get a job, but you just need to know how to, as I said, present and package it well. There's also an element of luck that is there, but then that ability to kind of create a resume which looks a little different, right, will actually help you quite a lot. Today what happens when you start looking at the resume, it makes them very generic profiles. Try to create a storyline. What's your name? Yeah. So what is so unique about you, right, in the resume? How can you talk about what Tanmay, right? You said, yeah. What is Tanmay in that resume? So, for example, you could say, apart from the technology that I've done this particular project, and some of these interested me in that project. My lessons learned in that project were this. You understand? So, a little bit more nuance about yourself would go a long way in differentiating yourself. It is all about how you differentiate yourself vis-a-vis your competition, or vis-a-vis your peers, not competition, but your peer group. And that, how do you identify that differentiation? By virtue of packaging. Again, I keep coming back to that because it's extremely important. How do you package the whole thing? How do you narrate your stories? All of those things is something that you need to practice, and you will automatically, stand out. Yeah. So that's all. But the other question saying lacks of jobs, absolutely there is lacks of engineers, but then there is good opportunity also. India is growing, substantial amount of need for digital workforce. It will continue. With this new H1 thing coming in, we could potentially have a lot more jobs coming into India. So don't worry about opportunity that exists. Why? Why do you think that happens? I don't think that should happen. No one differentiates by location, right? It doesn't matter to us, but why? Why would it? So I think you need to. That's why I said, right? It will be great if you spend a little more time in grooming yourself, the public speaking. Just take that scare out, right? And so I don't think there is any differentiation by saying, oh, this individual is from Hassan, so we should not recruit. At least I will not do it.
You have a better chance of selecting if you are from Hassan.
Any other?
Sir, can I speak in Sir, ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ?
ಎರಡು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತ.
ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಯು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಡೇ, something like that you fix.
Simple one. Sorry. No.
ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if somebody has to know you are technically strong, you should be able to communicate you are technically strong, correct? So if you're not able to communicate technically strong, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ. So communication doesn't mean that you need to be fluent in English. You should be able to make your point understood by others. That's all.
So we can say that, hey, well, right? I mean, it's his loss only. Eventually, it's your loss only. So, Kannada, I mean, as long as you're able to go and convince that person saying that test me technically, right? I mean, how will he know that you're technically strong? Or he or she will know.
ಸರ್ ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕೆಲವು ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಬಲ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
No, see, it's like this, right? Depends on the organization also that you're joining. Right? Because if you join, let's say, an organization where you're constantly interacting with clients in the US, clients elsewhere, right? How will you communicate? How will you be able to do your job? You need to communicate. You have to go and answer something about him. You can't tell it in Kannada. Now, is it only for us? Chinese Mataralagalva or Japanese Japanese, how will they do it? They can't speak English. But local jobs is okay. But if you're IT leader, yeah, branch. So it's okay. So but actually it is, see, you might say, if you ask like a political question, but if it is actually a good question, real exam, I mean, real life question, then it is good to learn. So it's okay, no? What do you lose anything? Go take a course. No, what is wrong with that? There's nothing. I'm telling you, gap fill madadali. First of all, one more thing that everyone have to, at least what I've learned is, you got to be honest with yourself. You should know. I'm very poor in numbers. I know that. I don't like numbers. Natural barala. I know it. And if I try to fake it in front of somebody, I know that I will fall flat on my face. So what do? I try to fill that gap by having somebody in my team who's very strong in numbers. But I know I'm honest enough to admit that nothing gottilla. Gottilla and no. On various other scales, that doesn't sound very good. So similarly, you got to be honest to yourself. You can't say, hey, well, it won't work.
So I'm Nyan. I'm studying in AI method year. So suppose you are in my place and like
at your age, I would like to be
your knowledge.
With my knowledge at this time and even in my experience so far, I want to be deep into one thing that I can do really well, to establish myself in my career. After you gaining experience, etc., you can then be a managerial skill set. But at the beginning, if you try to be jack of all, it might not be the best of if you choose to be in a career of, let's say you take a job somewhere, you would rather be deep into certain things, go very deep in it, be a master in it. No one can beat you, or no one can question you on your knowledge. If you are deep in something and you know it extremely well, you differentiate yourself. You get to be, see, it's very important for an individual to establish a brand for, what do you stand, what's your name?
I'm Nyan.
Nyan. So what does Nyan stand for? That is the question that you should ask yourself. I am known as an AI ML deep expert. I am known as someone who can do, I love data. I'm able to do data analysis extremely well. I'm able to kind of identify use cases for AI. but I'm very, very deep in it. You should be known for that at this stage. As you move forward, as you move up in your career, then you can broad base it. But to begin with, you have to be deep in something. Okay?
Okay. Any other questions? Geeta madam, I think we are done. Okay, thank you. One point which I want to emphasize, Vinay always spoke about little bit extra, little bit more. But what is very important, if you have to differentiate from others, that little bit more takes lot of effort from you. Otherwise, everybody will be saying, correct? To know what is the little bit more, you have to really, really work hard. That's where the knowledge comes from, correct? Otherwise, everybody is equal. So the little bit more takes a lot of effort. So you need to really think deep about that. To give an example, if there are 5 analysts, if one analyst we like, if she has done a little bit more research, means she knows what others have done and a little bit more than that. So that effort is very important to put. So if you don't put that effort, you will not be able to know that little bit more. Then everybody will become the same.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Shall we continue? Yes, ma'am. So thanks a lot. I hope the session was quite enriching because we would see you. I don't know, like how many of you have attended Bridging Generations online? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, I think this is wrong. Geeta madam always tells me whenever I talk to her, madam, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ online join ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸರ್ 100 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ.
No, we have 100, sir. We have I hope you look forward for more Bridging Generations alumni insights from the next month. Yes?
Please join online. If it is online also, the link will be shared in your student groups. Please join. It's 1 hour. You just connect with them.
So there is, I just spoke to Geeta madam, and if everything works out, I'm asking a friend of mine, a classmate of mine, to come next month. His name is Ashutosh Bhatnagar. If I am a backbencher, he is a lot more backbencher, absolute gunda, and he's a very, very successful entrepreneur. He does technology work, he does the drone video analytics. You should listen to his story. It will give you amazing, it will give you goosebumps. Absolute backbencher, right? And who's done extremely well in life. So I'm, requesting him to come over if he finds time. Then, don't miss his session. It will be very, very entertaining.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, please, it's not this 1 hour session what we have arranged for you. It is for your lifetime. Kindly connect to them. They are ready to give back to the alma mater. It could be whatever the silly things you have in mind, they are ready to answer. They are ready to mentor. They are ready to give you internship opportunities, whatsoever, whatever is possible. If they cannot, they will at least connect you to the person who is expertise in that. So please make use of this opportunity. You know now Vinay Prabhakar, also Krishna Swami sir. You can get connected to them. Thank you. Thank you all for being here.